All right, Gemini, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for December 18th to the 24th of 2017, and this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new, be sure to check out that link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so Gemini, a new moon right at the beginning of the week on Monday. It's in your 6th house of your work routine, anything you do on a daily level. So there's been this transformation occurring with this area, and letting go of some things maybe to help free you up here. So whole new beginning. I think it's going to be subtle at first, but it is going to be gaining some momentum where you are starting to implement all this stuff that's changed with your work or routine or your perspective of it, implementing that here this week. So the fast movers are going into your 7th house of relationships. I think you'll probably notice that shift throughout the week, more focus on that area of your life. And we do have your ruler going station direct Friday, Saturday. So whatever you've been mulling over or maybe having to get some rest with or some behind the scenes energy with these past few weeks starts to move forward for you as well. All right, Gemini, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, Gemini, so here's your chart for the week. There's your 6th house with all the fast-moving planets there, almost all of them. Yeah, your ruler here, Venus, the Sun, and yeah. Okay, so this new moon in your 6th house, really good time at the beginning of the week to get in touch with what new you want to start with your work or with your routine, all right, and start to set some intentions with that for the next month and the next year, really, with this solar cycle in this house. Now Tuesday, the Sun does go into your 7th house of relationships, so kind of right off the bat you may notice this, first of all, transformation with your communication, just feeling a bit transformed and maybe even healed here as you go through this middle part of the week, but also more of a focus on relationships. And especially once we get to about Thursday when the Sun goes over Saturn, this whole emphasis on how the next 3 years is on relationships for you. All right, the next 3 years is really going to be about taking seriously your relationships, building them, and just taking this area one step at a time with Saturn, but it's all for the long term. And a lot of you too are starting to get a little more recognition, you'll notice, for your work, for your achievements in life, your career, things of that nature, as now Saturn makes his way to the top of your chart. But with the Sun activating this around Thursday, maybe you're just focused a little bit more seriously on maybe using your mind, communication, reading, writing, good discipline there, and then again implementing some of this long-term approach to your relationships that you might be taking seriously there also. So also midweek is around Wednesday, Venus is trining Uranus around the same time, so there could be a sort of freeing energy here, maybe with your self-expression, maybe just feeling a bit easygoing. And the freedom is in regards to your career. I think you know, a lot of you have been implementing more freedom with your careers past like 8 years. So maybe that's supporting you with your work and routine, which is good. But it's all about change. It's all about trying new and different things. But I think it's some positive energy involving your career, your work, and your routine sector. So let's talk about this Mercury retrograde Friday through Saturday, going into the weekend here. So your ruler paused here these 2 days. Good to kind of just pause for a second, maybe reflect on what you've learned these past few weeks regarding routine, maybe your health, your diet, your regimes, again, your work, all this kind of stuff, and then slowly but surely starting to implement it as you move forward going into next week. All right, and this is also, again, you know, you're a ruler moving direct, so less maybe behind the scenes, less maybe about the rest, and more into the outer world. So the last thing we have this week is that Venus is going to be going into Sag. So what's nice about this is that you'll start to see a little bit more of the enjoyment and the values regarding relationships. And that's going to be the area of the next cycle for you. So yeah, feeling that shift of the week and enjoying them, seeing what your values are with them. Could even be, again, this transformation with your self-expression around Saturday, Sunday. Just that might be passion, joys in life, maybe having some fun. That side of yourself, that's your inner child, you could say, transforms, right? And you're just feeling a little bit more freer here and liberated. And again, even deeply too with your psyche. Venus rules your 12th, so it's like your deep unconscious, subconscious also going through a transformation, which then leaves you feeling a little bit more open-minded and refreshed in general, but maybe about relationships, maybe about anything you could be still working on, but finishing up with your health, diet, routine, and day-to-day activities. All right, Gemini, so have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time for the next forecast.